Welcome to my November layout. I hope you find some things in this video that you want to incorporate into your own bullet journal this year. I'm a little late getting started on building November. Generally, I have it built a month in advance, but it's been busy, so just now getting started, and we'll begin with developing the cover page. I don't always make cover pages for monthly spreads, but I thought I would do one for November to make it a little extra special. To affix the first scrapbook paper to the bullet journal page, I used a Tombow permanent adhesive, and throughout the video I'll use a variety of different adhesive methods.
When you want to be careful of the placement of the item, I recommend using the Elmer's Re-Stick glue stick that I'm using here because it gives you time before the glue dries to pick an item up and reposition it. I bought this sticker from a local artist and felt like I wanted to include it in November. There are no other Fox items in this spread, but I like that a bullet journal allows for you to include things that you enjoy and find a way to make it fit.
Most of the time when I adhere a piece of paper to the bullet journal page all the way up to the binding, I generally use a washi tape to cover that connecting point. It just makes for a more seamless transition from one page to the next. Next is the monthly layout. This again is another piece of scrapbook paper. I just like these little pumpkins, and I don't use a lot of stickers generally, and oftentimes we'll find things I can just cut out and glue down with a glue stick. Because I wanted to use these pumpkins, they're a little bit taller than I need them to be, which is going to cause me to not be able to fit all of my days onto the monthly layout like I would normally do. And as you'll see in a minute, instead of being able to write 1 to 30 along the left side, I'll have to squeeze in the number 30 at the bottom right. Knew that was going to happen, but to me it was worth it. For some people that might really drive you insane, and so if that's the case, you can always make adjustments to the layout as needed. Using Pigma microns throughout this video, and right here I accidentally used a blue to write the dates. Didn't realize it until I grabbed a different size to do the days of the week. There are a variety of ways to fix errors in bullet journals, and I use a mild liner here to correct this. Next, we are doing our goals and plan section for the month. This is a place where I like to just jot down some broad overview items or things I want to accomplish and get done in this month. I generally include this in every spread because I find it to be very helpful for all the things that are outside of what there might be an appointment for, to refer back to and build my task lists for the week. I'm using a gridded paper to help keep the line straight as I cut the scrapbook paper for an interior border on my thankfulness log. I'm using a wood grain washi tape here to create the seam between the two pages. This washi tape is particularly thin, so I did 2 layers so that it looks more opaque. I would caution you to make sure if you're having to cut tapes off the side that your bookmark is out of the way. I have cut at least one bookmark off while trimming a washi tape. I've added the days of the week and the dates for the month, and I'm using a brown mild liner to highlight every other day to make it a little easier to complete. Just adding a little something to the top to make it a little less plain. Now on the bottom right, I've created 2 Dutch doors to be placeholders for holiday recipes. I took 2 pages and cut a single gridded line from between the bottom half and the top half of the page, and then I glued scrapbook paper to either side of the Dutch door so that I have the plaid scrapbook paper on both sides, and you'll see later on how these turn and able to use them. Right now I am building out my rolling weekly spread. I kept my weekly spreads pretty basic this month. There are 5 weeks, with the last week having just 2 days, so it'll look a little odd, but I wanted to give it its own section rather than including it with the 4th week, which I do on occasion.
Create a border from the scrapbook paper for my monthly recap page, which means the center of the scrapbook paper has to be cut out to leave room for me to write in the bullet journal. This can be challenging to do, and I found the best method is to get an extra piece of bullet journal paper from the back of the journal and glue it down in the center to hold it in place on the scrapbook paper, but not get glue around the area that will be your border. And then you can draw on the bullet journal paper the border that you want and cut it out from the grid, which helps you make sure that your lines are straight as well. And then when you're done, since you didn't put any glue around the edges, you're able to just pull them apart and then glue these edges to get it laid down properly. And then it's perfect. It also prevents you from having to do any trimming outside the page afterward. I'm just cutting out 2 basic leaves from the scrapbook page and gluing them down in the corners for a little accent. Now I'm making the notes page, and I want to make sure I cut the brown paper out evenly, so I've taken again another extra piece of bullet journal paper and cut the size that I wanted, which helped me also keep a straight line as I was cutting. I'm not too concerned about placement of this and feel like I can get it right, so I used my Tombow permanent adhesive and then added washi tapes for accent. Now we'll take a look at it from start to finish. On the bottom right is where I will include holiday recipes. I'll go back in later and stick them in, and there's room in here for 4, one on either side of the Dutch doors. hope you saw something you liked in this video that you hope to include in your November spread. Thanks for watching.